Mosoma. Tangativo umbusa tanga ne usama kosa. Alumuna sisi au ya sama kosa. Amuna yeye, koma sama kosa.
Good morning. This is Tempo Africa TV's Beyond the Headline Show, and I'm your host, Petros Haile. Today we have a guest from Ethiopian Evangelical Church in Minnesota. Her name is Bethlehem Atoma. For the rest of the interview, we're going to call her Betty. Betty is a member of the Ethiopian Evangelical Church in Minnesota, and she's also the International Volunteer Coordinator for AgapeMED Ministry. Recently, they had a trip to Ethiopia. I would say a bunch of them, few of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to talk about that and what they did. It's a voluntary work every year, once a year.
To Ethiopia. Yeah.
To Ethiopia. Okay, welcome, Betty.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll just go directly to the question. And first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Betty?
Okay. So just like how you introduced me, my name is Bethlehem Atoma. I am from Ethiopia Evangelical Church, volunteer in the ministry called AgapeMED. This is a ministry that is based in Minnesota, first from the church, and it goes in the neighborhood.
Okay.
We do some medical and screening services to the neighborhood, the homeless and less insured, as well as in Ethiopia. We travel every year to give medical care for the less fortunate people.
Okay, we'll come to that. How did it start, AgapeMED, and what was its mission and the objectives in general? Okay.
So when AgapeMED started, it was about 2013, in the middle of the year. Usually the church, Ethiopia Evangelical Church, there is a yearly mission trip that goes to Ethiopia for a gospel mission. So it was very obvious that people did need, to hear the good news of Jesus Christ, but as well as their spiritual need. It was very obvious that their physical was in very much need. So it was what God placed in the heart of our leaders, that we should probably do something about this people that really needed, their physical help. And that's how it started. We go there every year for gospel mission, but at the same time, people come to the conference, and then we continue to see this need. They're sick, they have no food to eat.
Okay.
So it needs to be that holistic approach for the human, and so that's how it started. So, yeah.
And you've been doing it for the last 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
That means 3 trips, right?
So the first trip was mostly to kind of give us an idea of what area of Ethiopia needs the help. So we visited some areas, but still we did some, we had a tent where we had people come and do a screening services and things like that. The last 2 years was in a clinic and a hospital, so it was a bigger mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
You started with the 2014?
So the big mission started 2014. Yep.
That was in Shashamene?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Shashamene is one of the Ethiopian cities that is found south of Addis Ababa?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. It's about
Okay.
6 hour. Well, I would say about 4 hour drive, depending on if there's traffic or if there's accident on the road.
And of course, if you're driving too, right? Okay.
Yeah. So
But what kind of service do you provide to the needy community in Shashamane or Holata?
So most times, the services we provided was medical, surgical. We did some eye care, dental care. We also did spiritual evangelism when we go there. But the most need was really the eye care, which to our surprise in both areas, a lot of people that needed
eye care.
A lot of eye care. Yep. So yeah, those are the areas. We did almost everything except for gynecology and emergency services, especially with our last trip in Shashamane.
In Shashamane.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that one. Normally you have about 20-30 people that goes to the project.
Mission? Yeah. So this time around we were 18 from Minnesota, and when we go to Ethiopia we partner with CMDDF, which stands for Christian Medical Doctors and Dentists Fellowship.
Okay.
These are medical doctors, and also they have other healthcare workers that go yearly, and they actually go maybe 2 to 3 times in Ethiopia. They work there, they live there, but they help their own communities. But when we go there once a year, that we partner with them to kind of be able to provide a larger scale it's a large population that when we go, so that's how we usually
they're pretty
partner.
much stationed there.
Yeah. They're there, so they travel. Most of them are from Addis Ababa, which is the capital city.
Okay.
So they would join us wherever we go and do the mission work together.
Okay. We do have some clips to show every now and then, so people will get the picture. And what was the role of your church members in this particular project?
Okay, so in many ways, the members were very involved in this ministry, and so one big thing is finance, because a mission like this needs a lot of support. Was money wise, it costs us a lot to do this kind of medical mission, so they support us. The church contributes to that. Members also give us encouragement, their prayer, and also they travel with us. So majority of the 18 people are actually church members. So
okay.
Yeah.
And the other one, the one you just mentioned earlier, they go back and forth to Ethiopia.
So the one CMDDF, they are located in Ethiopia.
Based in Ethiopia.
Yeah, they're based in Ethiopia, and whenever there is a mission that when we do, they join us and they go around with us and do the medical.
Okay, and I go through your website a little bit, and the volunteers of AgapeMED, there's 3 categories of people. One is the human resource, which is medical doctors, nurses, and the other one would be the donation part. And the third one is the equipment list that you guys need. Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that one?
So it is a medical mission, so we need a lot of doctors and nurses and mostly any other healthcare workers who can come out to Ethiopia to volunteer with us. So we're very open to anyone that is willing to do that. So those really the ministry is based on volunteers, so we need volunteers from all over the world, and they're able to go on our website and sign up for that. And the next part is
the donation.
The donation. So the donation, we usually do a fundraising once a year for this mission particularly. And it's like I said, it's very important that we do get the financial support. But the third part is, which is another lack where we have in Ethiopia, is equipment. So you go to these hospitals and you barely have any IV pool to give people IV medication. The lack is very pronounced and very obvious. So we partner with an organization called Matter, that's based in Minnesota. they give us equipment. This last mission we went to, they gave us a container full of equipment and supplies for the medical mission. And it's like 40 feet, and it's really huge, and it has a lot of valuable stuff which the hospital was able to use and able to care for their patients in their communities. So so those are the main things that we need.
Okay,
So
okay.
volunteers, donation of, especially with money donation, and the other part is equipment. And sometimes we do take some equipments in our luggage to go with us. So
Go there. Okay, okay. It must be a very expensive trip. So
It
do you do the fundraising parties from time to time to raise some funds?
Yep. So usually what we do is once a year we kind of go out to the community and try to reach as many people as possible. Still the main source of the fund comes from the church. But that's, and volunteers, when each volunteers contribute to the trip as well.
Oh, from
all
their own.
volunteers buy their own tickets, their own expenses when they go there. So those are how we are able to financially support this mission.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. then one thing that came to my mind is what you do to Ethiopian, the service that you provide. It's just like a tip of the iceberg. The problem is so huge.
Yep.
How did you find it?
Okay.
Is
yeah.
it encouraging?
So that is, well, it is encouraging to be able to go there, but it's discouraging to see all those people that needed help, and we're not able to reach them all. I guess that's the most difficult part of this mission, is that you have your hopes up, you want to go there and help all the poor that you see on the street, but it's impossible. You cannot do that. But we also believe that one city at a time, one person at a time, we're able to reach. So we are not giving up.
Okay, okay.
So one of the challenges we have, especially with our last mission trip, was we had this overwhelming number of patients that were on the gate of the hospital. The total patient we saw was over 3,372. I actually remember the exact number
For this trip?
for this trip.
Okay.
And but the honest truth is maybe there's a double number of people that would have be able to benefit from this if we didn't go. It was 6 days long, and if we were to extend it for a week more, we're still gonna have that flow. So the need is really obvious. I mean, if anybody watching this, and we're hoping that if they are willing or have a desire to do something like this, I think it is a rewarding
experience. Wow. Well, again, I can't help but to ask you this question. Is this the first project that Minnesota started to Ethiopia? Or is there other organizations, similar organization who's doing that?
I would say with the Western community, it's a typical thing.
Okay.
And honestly, until I have not heard an Ethiopian community or a church that actually goes to do it. So, in that sense, we feel privileged to be able to do that. But, now that we know this is something that can be done,
Okay.
we encourage a lot more churches and other communities to be able to do this. Maybe I haven't heard it, but there probably is someone out there who does this.
Yeah, we would have heard it if there was someone.
We would have heard it by now. Yep.
But this is good news. Maybe they'll take your example, and others will initiate a similar project in the future. Yeah. By the way, before I ask you the next question, I just wanted to remind our audience, another 15-20 minutes we'll be conducting the same interview in Amharic for an Ethiopian audience. So the last question in English is, what is your expectation from AgapeMED for future projects?
So for
I know you mentioned you built clinics.
Yep.
And you're planning to build hotels. Hospitals.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So the next mission trip, we're hoping to go back to Holeta, if God willing. And Holeta, we've been there last year. The 2015 was it was a clinic that didn't have a hospital.
Okay.
But even then, we saw about close to 3,000 patients. We were not able to do major surgeries, whereas in this mission it was a hospital, so we did major surgeries. But the next time, we're hoping that because of the government has already started building hospitals, so we're hoping to go back there, do medical services, as well as equip the hospital with equipments that we partner with Matter to provide that. So that is our goal. Our hope is that we'll have more volunteers that are willing to serve that area, and be able to, whoever wants to donate or anything like that. So that's our hope, that will. And we know that God is gonna help us and provide us what we need.
Good luck. Good luck. Now we're gonna go back to the Amharic program. So I'm gonna ask the same question again. So the first one is ከቻልሽ ራስሽን ብታስተዋውቂ። I know Ethiopian Evangelical Church in Minnesota አባል ነሽ እና Bethlehem Atoma ነው ስምሽ ቤቲ እና Ethiopian Evangelical Church የኢንተርናሽናል ቮለንተርስ ኮኦርዲኔተር ነው ታይትልሽ። ከዛ ቀጥይ።
እሺ ቤተልሔም አቶማ እባላለሁ። በኢትዮጵያ ኢቫንጀሊካል ቸርች ሜምበር ነኝ። AgapeMED በሚለው ሚኒስትሪ ውስጥ በቮለንተር ኮኦርዲኔት በማድረግ አንዳንድ ሚሽን ትሪፖች ኦርጋናይዝ በማድረግ አገለግላለሁ። የሁለት ልጆች እናት ነኝ።
ኦኬ።
እና ሜዲካል ፕሮፌሽናል ነው ስራዬ።
thank you. Okay. እና እሺ እዚህ ላይ AgapeMED ፕሮጀክት እንዴት ተጀመረ? ያለፉት 3 አመትስ እንዴት ይካሄድ ነበር?
አጋፔ ሲጀምር መጀመሪያ በቸርች ኖርማሊ በአመት አንድ ጊዜ የጋስፕል ሚሽን ይደረጋል። ኢትዮጵያ እየተሄደ መንፈስ ቅዱስ በመራን መንገድ የትኛው ኤሪያ ውስጥ ሚሽን ጋስፕል ሚሽኑ እንደሚደረግ ያኔ ዲሳይድ ያደርጋል። the first year 2014 ላይ አብሬ ሲሄድ ሪሰርች ለማድረግ ነበር የሄድኩት። ያንን ኤሪያዎች ኢንቨስቲጌት ለማድረግ የትኛው ሆስፒታል ኒድ አለው more than the others፣ ምክንያቱም አንዳንድ ኤክስትሪም ኒድ ያላቸው አሉ፣ አንዳንድ ደግሞ ብዙ የሌላቸው አሉ እና ያን ኢንቨስቲጌት ለማድረግ ነበር የሄድኩት። በዛውም አንድ ላይ ደግሞ በድንኳን ውስጥ የሜዲካል ስክሪኒንግ ሰርቪሶችን ለመስጠት ችለናል ማለት ነው። እና በዛ ነው የተጀመረው። ኒዳቸውን የክርስቶስን ወንጌል እያደረስን at the same time ደግሞ ፊዚካሊ ሆነ ኒዳቸውን ሪች ለማድረግ መንፈስ ቅዱስ ያንን አነሳሳን። በዛ ነው የተጀመረው ይሄ ሚኒስትሪ።
ያን 3 አመት ተካሄደ ማለት ነው። በዛ የAgapeMED ፕሮጀክት 2 አይነት ስራዎችን ያካሂዳል። አንደኛው ሎካሊ ሚኔሶታ ውስጥ የሚካሄደው ነው። ሌላኛው ደግሞ ኢንተርናሽናል ነው። እሱን ትንሽ ትገልጽልን?
so even ምንድነው የኛ እንትናችን from neighborhood to nation ነውና ከአካባቢያችን ያለው ኒድ አለ። ኢንሹራንስ የሌላቸው ወይንም ደግሞ ሆምለሶች ሆኑ ወይንም ደግሞ በኢትዮጵያ ኮሚኒቲ ውስጥ የዲዚዝ ፕሪቨንሽን ኖሌጅ የሌላቸው አሉ፣ አዲስ የሚመጡ አሉ። እንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮችን በኮሚኒቲያችን ውስጥ ሰርቪስ እንሰጣለን። ሆምለሶችን ሰርቭ በማድረግ እንደገና ደግሞ ሄልዝ ቲቺንግ እንደዚህ የመሳሰሉትን ነገሮች ካውንስሊንግ በመስጠት ማለት ነው። እና ሚኒሶታ ውስጥ ይሄን እናደርጋለን። it's not yearly, it's almost every day የሚሆነ እንቅስቃሴ ነው። እንደገና ፓኪንግ ኢቨንት ሲኖር እንደዚህ አይነት ነገሮች በየኤሪያው እየሄድን ኮሚቴ ውስጥ ኢንቮልቭ እናደርጋለን።
ኦኬ
yearly ግን ኢትዮጵያ እየሄድን ደግሞ ሜዲካል ሰርቪስን እንሰጣለን። at the same time የጋስፕል ሚሽኑ አብሮ ስለሚሄድ ስፒሪቹዋል እና ፊዚካል የሆነውን ኒድ በዛ ኤሪያ ሪች ለማድረግ ነው ጎላችን።
ሁለቱንም ታሟላላችሁ። ኦኬ 3 አመት በተመላለሽበት ጊዜ ኢትዮጵያ ያየሽው ለውጦች አሉ ወይ ደግሞ በተለቀ ደረጃ ይደረጋል የምትዩ ሐሳቦች አግኝተሻል ወይስ?
ሶስቱንም ኤሪያ አሁን የመጀመሪያው በርግጥ ሆለታና ሻሸመኔ ሄጄ ነው ሪሰርች ያደረግ ነው በዛ ታይም ላይ ያለፈውን ሆለታኔና አሁን ሻሸመኔ ነው ለውጥ የተደረገው ያየሁት እምለው በሜዲካሉ ኤሪያ ከሆነ ሆለታ ባኔ ክሊኒክ ነበር መጀመሪያ ላይ ያደረግ ነው። አሁን ግን ተመልሰን ስንሄድ ኦልሬዲ ሆስፒታሉ ቢውልድ እየሆነ ነው። they have just a few months to go እና overall በሶስቱ አመት ውስጥ ያለው ዲፈረንስ ከሆነ እየጠየቀኛል ይሄን ነው ዲፈረንስ ሰው የበለጠ አንድ ቦታ ላይ ስትጭር የሆነ መልካም የሆነን ስራ ሰው ኢኒሺየት ይሆናል ኢንከሬጅ ይሆናል አፕሪሺየት ያደርጋሉ እና ያን የተደረገውን ደግሞ እዚህ ይሆነልናል በማለት ልባቸውን ይከፍታሉ ይተባበራሉ ሰዎችና it's amazing የሆነ welcoming spirit ነበርኛ
in 3 years ያ ከድንኳን ቢልዲንግ መስራት ከቢልዲንግ ደግሞ እዛ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥም ብቻ ሳይሆን እዚህ አሜሪካ ውስጥ ያሉት የተለያዩ ቤተክርስቲያን አባሎች ሊተባበሩ ይችላሉ ማለት ነው። የሚቀጥለው ጥያቄ እነማን ናቸው ይሄንን የሚያደርጉት ቮለንተሮች? አይ ነው የቸርቻችሁ አባሎች አሉ ከዛ ውጭም አንዳንድ ድርጅቶች የመተባበር መልክ ያሳያሉ መሰለኝ። እነማን ናቸው እነዚህ?
ቮለንተር የሚያደርጉት ሜዲካልና ነን ሜዲካል ስታፍ ነው የሚሆነው። ሜዲካሉም ነን ሜዲካሉንም ማንም ቮለንተር ማድረግ የሚችለው ነው። የቸርች ሜምበር ማጆሪቲ የቸርች ሜምበር ነው ግን አውትሳይድ from anywhere donc አሜሪካ ብቻ አይደለም outside of አሜሪካም እንደዚህ ሳይን አፕ አድርገው ቮለንተር ማድረግ ይችላሉ። ብቻ ስጦታዋለን እግዚአብሔር በዚህ ሊገለግልብኝ ይፈልጋል የሚል ሰው ሁላ የመምጣት እድሉ አለው ማለት ነው።
እና በቅድም ስናወራ የነበረው 3 አይነት ካቴጎሪ አሉ የሚያስፈልጉ እነዚህን ሶስቱ አንደኛው ሂውመን ሪሶርስ ዶኔሽን እና ኢኩፕመንት ሊስት ነው ትደግሚልን ይችላል?
ስለዚህ እንግዲህ ያው እንደዚህ ሚሽን ሲደረግ ሂጅ ስኬል ነው እና ቮለንተሮች the main people ነው ምክንያቱም በቮለንተር ስለሆነ የሚሰራው ስራ ሴም ታይም ደግሞ ገንዘብ ያስፈልጋል ምክንያቱም ኢኩፕመንቱን ሺፕ ለማድረግ ገንዘብ ያስፈልጋል ሜዲካል ስታፉን እዛ ሆቴሉ ምኑን ከቨር ለማድረግ ሁሉ ገንዘብ ያስፈልጋል እና ፋይናንሻል ሰፖርት is another ሌላ መንገድ ሰው ሊረዳ የሚችልበት ነው። ሌላው ኢኩፕመንት ነው እና እግዚአብሔር ደግሞ በጣም በሚደንቅ ሁኔታ ደስ ከኛ ሚሽን ጋር ከኛ ቪዥን ጋር ማች የሚያደርግ ኦርጋናይዜሽን ማተር የሚባል በእንደዚህ በኢኩፕመንት ነገር ሰፖርት ሊያደርጉን ከኛ ጋር እየሰሩ ነው። the only thing ኢኩፕመንቱ ሁሉ መስጠት ይሰጣሉ ግን ሺፕ ስናደርግ ደግሞ የፋይናንስ ኒድ ይጠይቃልና ለሺፕመንት በዛ መልኩ ነውና እነዚህ ባዲዎች very important ለሰክሰስ ለዚህ ፕሮጀክት
ኦኬ አይ ቲንክ በጭሩ አጠቃለናቸዋል እነዚህን ጥያቄዎች። ለተመልካቾቻችን መልእክት ካለሽ ልትገቢ ነው የቸርች አባሎች ተካፋይ እንዲሆኑ አንዳንድ ኢንፎርሜሽኖች ካለሽ አንድ ደቂቃ እድል ሰጥቻለሁ።
እንግዲህ መልእክቴ እኛ የምንሰራው ነገር ምንድነው? ኢየሱስ በማቴዎስ 25 ላይ ተናገረ ነው ለነዚህ ያረጋችሁት ለኔ እንዳረጋችሁት ቁጠሩት እንደሚለው ማለት ነውና አንድ ሰውን ስንረዳ በምንም አይነት ሚንስ ማለት ነው ኒድ የሆነን ሰው ስንረዳ ዋጋችን ከሰማይ እንደሆነ ነውና ሪሊ የእግዚአብሔር ልብ የተቀመጠበትና ያለበት ሚኒስትሪ ነውና ይሄንን ማረግ ብለው ሊያስብ የሚፈልግ ሰው አንድ ቀን ባረግ ቢል I think it's a time it's opportunity ለኛ እግዚአብሔር ኢንስትሩመንት አድርጎ ነው የተጠቀመንና we have the same ያንን opportunity anybody can have that and do it www.agapemed.org ዌብሳይታችን ነው። እዛ ላይ ገብታችሁ ቮለንተር ሳይን አፕ ማለት
ዌብሳይቱንም ዲስፕሌይ እናደርገዋለን በስክሪን። ቤተልሔም አቶማ ቤቲ በጣም እናመሰግናለን ጊዜሽን ወስደሽ እዚህ ስለመጣሽ። ይሄኛው በአፋጣኝ ያደረግነው ኢንተርቪው ነው። ሌላ ጊዜ ግን ጊዜያችንን ወስደን በደንብ እንሄዳለን። ቪዲዮም አለ መሰለኝ የሚወጣ በቅርቡ Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. On that note, we end today's program of Beyond the Headlines. We'll see you with a different guest next week. Until then, have a nice one. Thank you.
Mama ku, mama sa, mako sa, mama ku, mama sa, mako sa, mama ku, mama sa, mako sa, mama ku, mama sa, mako sa. Sumanye. Mosoma, mosoma. Kuma, 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 kuma. Tanga tibo, umbusa tanga, ne usama kosa. Alumuna, sisi au, yasama kosa. Amuna yeye, koma, sama kosa.